Welcome back to your science class, children. I hope you all are safe and sound. Today we'll start with the first kind of microorganisms, which are called as bacteria. Bacteria was firstly observed by Antony van Leeuwenhoek, and they are believed to be the first living beings on the earth. Okay, and when Leeuwenhoek observed the bacteria under a microscope, he saw different shapes and structures of the bacteria. Okay, now what are the different shapes? The first one is coccus or round shape. That means the bacteria which are spherical in shape are called as coccus. And what are the example? The example is streptococcus, which causes pneumonia. Okay, then you can see here in the figure, see, these are the spherical shaped, okay, coccus or round shape, streptococcus. Then you have got the bacillus or the rod shape. See, it looks like this, the bacillus. Okay, now these bacteria are rod shaped, as you can see in the figure, so that is why they are called as bacillus, and they causes many dangerous diseases in human beings like TB, tuberculosis, diphtheria, tetanus, leprosy, okay, all this. And then you have got Bacillus typhosus, which causes the typhoid. Children, see, you will have to learn the names of all these bacteria which causes various kinds of diseases, okay. Then the third shape is spirillum or vibrio shaped. Okay, see, this is spirillum or vibrio shaped. These spirillum or vibrio shaped are usually, you can say, a comma shaped. Okay, they are cork screw, just like a cork and a screw, or you can say comma shaped. And they may have one or more cilia or flagella on their body. Now, what is cilia or flagella? Cilia or flagella are these. As you can see now, the small hair-like structure on the body. This is cilia or flagella. What does this do? This helps in the movement of the microorganism. Okay. So, a cilia, what is a cilia or a flagella? Cilia or a flagella is a hair-like structure present on the body of these microorganisms, which helps them to move from one place to another place. Okay. Now, Vibrio cholerae is the bacteria which causes cholera. Okay. So you can see that it looks like comma shaped. Clear? Now here is an activity which you must have seen your mothers doing. You must have seen the mothers preparing curd. How does she, when she has to prepare the curd, what does she do? She takes the milk and she warms it, and then she takes little bit of curd, and in that she adds the warm milk. Okay, here what you have to do, you have to take 3 bowls, one bowl cold milk, second one warm milk, and the third one hot milk. Okay, and then what you have to do, you have to add small amount of curd sample, as you always do, your mother. Okay, and then you have to take a curd sample, and then you have to add it to warm milk, okay, then hot milk, and then cold milk. Then stir it and cover the bowl and keep it aside. What will you see? You will see that the warm milk turns into curd, while hot milk does not turn. Okay, and cold milk will take a long time to change into curd. So what does this indicate? It indicates that the temperature of warm milk is best for bacterial growth. Okay, so what does this indicate? It indicates that bacteria can grow very well in warm conditions. Clear? So bacteria, there are some bacteria like saprophytic bacteria, which are useful for, which grows on dead plants and animals. Okay, and what do these saprophytic bacteria do? These are also called as decomposers. Okay, they act on animal and human faces. And then last year you have already studied about aerobic bacteria and anaerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria means the bacteria which grows in the presence of oxygen, and anaerobic bacteria means which do not need oxygen, or you can say in the absence of oxygen. Now see, there are bacteria which are very, very useful. One of the bacteria, what are the uses of bacteria? The first use you have already studied in the first chapter, that is rhizobium bacteria. It helps in the fixation of nitrogen. Where does rhizobium bacteria live? It lives in the root nodules of leguminous plants. Okay, like the beans, peas and pulses. And what do? You have studied that they fix the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates. Then, decay of plants and animal waste. The bacteria, they break down the dead bodies of plants and animals. And what do? They produce humus, which helps to maintain the fertility of the soil. Okay. Then there are other bacteria which are used in food production. Okay. Like just now I told you, for the production of curd. When you are making curd from milk, which bacteria is that? It is lactobacillus. Okay, lactobacillus bacteria helps in the fermentation and production of curd and cheese. They are also used for coffee, tea and cocoa beans. Then digestion in animals. Escherichia coli. Okay, Escherichia coli is a bacteria which is present in the human intestine and herbivore animals, and Escherichia coli helps in the digestion of food. Then the bacteria are also used in industries, okay, various industries, like in the production of wine and vinegar, bacteria is used. Then it helps in making meat tender, for tanning of skins to produce leather. You must have seen that many people, they use the skin of the animals to create leather. So bacteria are used for making the meat tender. Tender means soft. Okay. Then the linen threads which are obtained from the flax plant. Okay, by the process of retting. Retting you have studied in class 6. This also retting, what is happening? The stems of the plant you have studied in class 6. The bacteria, when it is put in water, the flax plant, it is put in water. What happens? The bacteria, they enter into the stem and they start eating the tissues inside the stem, and it is because of that the fibers are loosened and you can make the threads. Then bacteria are also used for making antibiotics, okay, in medicines. Then in industries for chemicals and making citric acid. Then there are harmful bacteria also. Okay, harmful bacteria are mostly parasites. That means these bacteria, they will cause diseases both in plants as well as animals, as well as in human beings also. So what are the various kinds of diseases caused in human beings by bacteria? Tuberculosis, typhoid, tetanus, whooping cough, cholera, leprosy. All these are the diseases which are caused by the bacteria. And even bacteria, it spoils the food, fruits, vegetables. You have seen that fruits, vegetables, they all get spoiled. What is the reason? It's because of the bacteria. Even the milk also gets spoiled by curdling. Okay, curdling means fat jana, jo doodh jo fatta hai, that is called as curdling. And food spoiled by bacteria develop foul smell and bad taste. So these are the harmful effects of the bacteria. That means they spoil most of the things. It causes diseases, it spoils the food, fruits and vegetables. But at the same time, these bacteria are very, very useful in our day-to-day life. Okay, so children, please read till this page, and I hope that you all will remain safe and sound. Okay, thank you children.